Hello everyone and welcome back to OrmsTV. My name is Jess and today, with the help of my dad, I'm going to show you guys and girls how you can easily develop your black and white 35mm film at home without a darkroom. First, let's go through everything you'll need. One roll of black and white 35mm film. We are developing a roll of Ilford FP4 Plus 125 ASA film that my husband shot a few months ago. If you don't have a darkroom, you will need to use a light-sealed darkroom black film changing bag. You will take the film out of the canister inside this bag and place it in the developing tank. A cassette and cap remover to open your film canister, scissors to trim your film, a developing tank that will house your film and the chemicals while it develops, a spiral reel onto which you will wind your film before it goes in the tank, a clip that you will attach to your film after it is developed and needs to be hung somewhere to dry, and a timer. Your phone will do just fine. Next, let's run through the chemicals you will need. It is worth noting that my dad had already mixed the chems before we started filming this video. If you still need to mix your chems to create a stock solution, please consult the packaging and inserts of the products you are using for the full details on this process. If you're using Ilford products like we did, then check out their website at ilfordphoto.com, where they have technical data sheets that cover this topic extensively. I have included a link to the relevant page on their website in the description of this video. To develop 35mm black and white film at home, you will need the following: a developer, which makes your images appear on the film, a stop bath, which halts the development process, a fixer, which makes the image on your film stay permanent, and a wetting agent, which helps your film to dry quickly and evenly without chemical stains. Next, you need to arrange your tools inside the bag in a logical order so you can find them without being able to see what you're doing. We're going to show you how to do this quickly. Place the bag on a flat surface. Detach the Velcro strips and unzip your bag. First, take out your canister of film and place it in the bag. Then, put the end cap remover next to it. Place your scissors next to the end cap remover. Next, the developing tank. Be sure to remove the cap from the top and the agitation stick from the inside and set them aside for later. Unscrew the lid from the developing tank. Remove the spiral reel from inside the tank. The tank should now be empty and you can place it and all its relevant components inside the bag. Zip the bag back up and seal it securely. At this point, you would insert your arms into the tight armholes of the bag and begin dismantling the canister of film and rolling your film up onto the spiral reel and placing it in the developing tank. Obviously, if we do this inside the bag, then you won't be able to see how it's done. So we are going to use a dud roll of film to demonstrate. For factory-produced canisters of film, you would usually use the end cap remover to pop the cap off the top. This dud roll is housed in a canister with a screw on top, so we do not need to use the end cap remover to open the canister. Open your canister and remove the film inside. Locate the film's leader and use your scissors to trim it. Now take the spiral reel and feed your film onto it. You can grasp either side of the spiral reel and use a twisting, shimmying motion to feed the film neatly onto the spiral reel. Once you have reached the end of the roll of film, use your scissors to detach it from the spool in the center. Your film should now be nicely rolled up onto the spiral reel. Take the spiral reel containing your film and place it inside the developing tank. Screw on the lid of the tank. Your film is now safe inside the developing tank and we can move on to the next step. Things happen fast when you are developing your film, so make sure that everything is laid out nicely in front of you before you begin. Firstly, we need to check the temperature of our developer, because this will determine how long it will take for our film to develop. Since this is a chemical process, warmer temperatures will result in a faster developing time, while cooler temperatures slow the development process. For standard developing times, your developer should be about 20 degrees centigrade. Ours was coming in at 16 degrees. For every degree under 20, we needed to add 10% to our developing time. The standard developing time for Ilford FP4 Plus 125 at 20 degrees is 8 minutes and 30 seconds, which meant that we needed to develop our film for 11 minutes and 54 seconds. Set your timer and start it as soon as you begin pouring the developer into the development tank. We have found that it is just fine to pour until the development tank is full and the film has been covered completely. It is important to regularly agitate your developer throughout the development time to make sure there are no bubbles on your film that will cause it to develop unevenly. You can do this by stirring the tank with the accompanying agitation stick, by turning it upside down repeatedly, and by lightly banging the bottom of the tank against a flat surface to dislodge any air bubbles. As your timer nears the end, start prepping your stop bath. Your film will carry on developing until it comes into contact with the stop bath. A few seconds before the timer goes off, empty the developer out of the developing tank. Immediately fill the tank with the stop bath until the film is completely covered and the tank is full. How long your stop bath needs to be in contact with your film will depend on the manufacturer, so please consult the relevant technical data sheets beforehand. The Orms Indie stop bath we are using here is effective if it remains in contact with the film for roughly 30 seconds. Make sure you lightly agitate your stop bath to remove any air bubbles. Pour the stop bath out of the developing tank. We are pouring our chems back into their bottles because we can reuse them at a later stage. Now you can add your fixer to the developing tank. Pour it in until the tank is full and the film is covered. Once again, please consult the relevant technical data sheets before you start to determine the standard temperature and contact times for your fixer. At its current cooler temperature, our fixer needs to be in contact with the film for about 7 minutes. The fixer needs to be regularly agitated to prevent air bubbles from forming on the film and to ensure that it applies evenly. You can agitate the tank using the methods previously discussed. With a few seconds remaining, empty the fixer from your developing tank. Then fill the tank with the wetting agent. The wetting agent will need about 30 seconds of contact with the film to be effective. Once you have emptied the wetting agent from your tank, you can unscrew the lid of the tank and remove the spiral reel containing your film from the inside. Pull the end of your film out of the spiral reel and attach a clip to it. Holding the clip, continue to pull the film out of the spiral reel. You can then use your squeegee to remove any liquid residue from the film. Hang your film somewhere to dry. Once it is dry, you can scan it and enjoy rediscovering your beautiful images. I hope this video was a good starting point for those who want to learn how to develop their black and white 35mm film at home. If you found this video helpful, it would be really great if you would consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We create educational videos about photography, filmmaking, and visual literacy, as well as expert gear reviews and exclusive features on local South African creators. If you have any helpful suggestions for newbie film photographers, please leave them in the comments below so we can all learn from your experience. That is it for this video. Until next time, cheers!